What's going on, YouTubers? My name is Matthew Salvent. I am a registered nurse and a certified meditation practitioner, and I am here to optimize your life. And what we're going to be talking about in today's video is surrender yourself to have everything. So we get in the way of ourselves. Now, what do I mean by that, right? What I mean by this is that we think that in order to induce change or in order to create something new in our lives and everything of the sort, right, that there is something that we need to do, that there is something that, there's a process, there's, techniques that we need to do. There's a journey, right? There are steps we need to take in order to achieve whatever it is, state we desire, okay? Whatever the case is. The reality of the situation is that if there is a journey, and if we decide that there is a journey that we need to take, then there will be. If we think that there is a process that we have to go through in order to get everything that we desire, then of course there's going to be a process to it. But the reality of the situation is that we are just getting in the way of ourselves. We're getting in the way of the divinity that is within us all, that wants pure love and pure peace and pure joy for each and every one of us, because each and every one of us is simply an extension of that divinity. Now, it is as simple as simply surrendering yourself to the divine, surrendering yourself to the divinity that is everything, because everything is divine. And if we don't think that, or if we don't see that, then rest assured that that is simply your ego perceiving in the illusion of separation, which is simply an illusion. Because there's no separation between you and anything. You are everything. You are an extension of God. You are an extension of the Creator. You are an extension of the universe. You are an extension of source energy. Whatever it is you want to call it, it's not important. But what is important is the recognition that this is who you are. This is the truth of who you truly are. So, a lot of times, and for me especially, right? For me especially, I found, because I can only speak for myself, but I found that whenever I really wanted something, okay, whenever I really wanted to manifest something, okay, or spark a change, okay, or whatever, I would think that I have to put in more effort. I would think that I have to affirm. I would think that I would have to visualize more clearly in the vivid scene, and I had to reprogram my subconscious and do all of these things, regulate my nervous system, yada, yada, yada. I was a culprit of that. I will admit it, and I will be the first person to do that. But what I found is that there really is nothing that you need to do except recognize the divinity within you. And because you are an extension of the divine, you are an extension of God, you are an extension of the Creator, you are an extension of source energy, whatever it is you want to call it, it's not important. Because you are an extension of this energy, you are entitled and you deserve everything that love, peace, and joy has to offer you. You are entitled to everything that you can possibly desire, because that is your birthright as an extension of the divine, as an extension of the Creator, as an extension of God. So, honestly, it's just about getting out of your own way. Letting go of the illusion that you are separate from anything. Letting go and allowing the divine to orchestrate things in your favor. Because you can't do anything, but with God, you can do everything. Or I think the quote is with me, nothing is possible. I might be chopping up the quote, okay? But with me, nothing is possible, and with God, everything is possible, or something along the sort. You get the point. The point is that allow the greater power, allow the source, allow God, allow the universe, allow consciousness itself to orchestrate things in the way that they are intended to be for your greatest good. So, if it is, and here's another point, right, which I think is going to be a separate topic, but the illusion that there are many things that we desire, right, that there are many specifics, is simply an illusion. Yes, you might want the dream car. Yes, you might want the relationship. Yes, you might want the financial abundance, whatever the case is. But the needs that you think you want, or the desires that you want, all comes down to one thing, one desire. And that desire is your connection to the divine, connection to God, connection to the universe, connection to source. And I want you to really understand what I'm saying. We think we want all of these different things. But the truth is that all of these different things are simply an illusion. What we truly want is the feeling that these things are going to, that we think these things are going to give us. And how do we get that? Well, we don't get it. We recognize that that is who we are. Because we are an extension of the divine, because we are an extension of God, because we are an extension of source, God will take care of everything. The universe will take care of everything. As long as you surrender to it. Allow yourself to surrender to a greater power that will orchestrate everything in your favor. Because the truth is that if you already had absolutely everything that you can possibly desire, how would you feel? You would feel in peace. You would probably feel like a quiet joy. You would feel calm. You would feel content. You would feel like you don't need anything. Well, when you surrender yourself to the greater power, to God, the universe, consciousness, whatever it is you want to call it, I can't stress this enough. The term is not important. What is important is the understanding that when you surrender to the divine, you will come to the self-realization for yourself that all your needs are already taken care of. It is the ego within us that thinks that there is something we need to do, that we have to affirm 85,000 times. We have to visualize the perfect scene, all right? We need to do X, Y, and Z in order to in order to spark a change. But the truth is that that is just getting in our own way. That is just reinforcing the separation between you and the things that you desire. All you have to do is simply let go. Surrender yourself to God. Surrender yourself to the divinity that is within each and every one of us. And as you do that, and you might need to make this conscious choice many times, right? Because I know for myself, there are times when I make the choice and a negative emotion comes up, which then I start to think about, well, what about this person and that? And I have to catch myself and understand that that is simply the ego, that is simply the illusion talking. And then I choose again to trust. Choose again to surrender. Choose again to let go. And surrender yourself to the divine, to the greater order, to the greater power. And trust in the divinity in that. You are an extension of the divine. You are an extension of God. You are an extension of Source. And you are entitled to absolutely everything that you can possibly desire. Peace, love, and joy is your fucking birthright. It's your birthright. You don't need to do anything to be worthy of it, because it's your birthright. So let go. Step aside. And let the divine work through you. Make a choice right now that you are going to trust. And you know that you will be successful, or you know that you have successfully done this when you feel a quiet peace. Not a reservation, there's a difference, but a quiet peace that I don't have to worry about it anymore, because I know it's mine. I know everything that I can possibly desire in this world is mine, because it is my fucking birthright. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.